Tonight, live in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all music and all wrestling matters, Sportswire Radio. You might want to say we spring ahead. After everything that we've went through this winter, boy, are we going to bring you in some flowers. Because this man who once upon a time was small town, but now he's hit the big time on the only platform where all music and all wrestling matters, that just a few days ago was on the front page of this little website that has 1 million views daily called blabbermouth.net for yours truly's interview with that guy who fronts that band Nonpoint. And then later in the week, we'll be on the air with this little band that, well, they hit the bodies. Well, they let him hit the floor in Drowning Pool. And he's here right before that. And he'll talk about a few things, or maybe some bodies will be hitting the floor this weekend. The company will sponsor. Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll also talk about maybe a major announcement that this man has right to kick things off. Yeah, plus we'll give him something. And we'll talk about some usuals here that are on this platform all the time. In fact, we got them back-to-back last weekend, and they're champions. And this guy's company, we'll most certainly talk about them. But it is now time to give this man that introduction here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest deal. He may have said not too long ago, he is no Paul Heyman, but as a guy that has had on some of Paul Heyman's former employees like Pitbull Gary Wolf, Rhino, Savio Vega, and Raven alongside, yes, Pitbull Gary Wolf, I think I'll take this guy over Paul Heyman. So,
man.
I can say that because, like I said, I've had on 4 of his former employees, Pitbull Gary Wolf, the last ECW champion, the last real ECW champion, Rhino, Raven, and Savio Vega. So, yeah, I'm sticking to it. And now it is time to give this man that introduction and start this show off here in style on Sportswire Radio, the #1 global radio station where all music and all wrestling matters. So, with that, without further ado, here on the Sports Report. #1 global sports show. He was once small town, but he's now the big time. He's the owner of one of the premier companies around and all of wrestling. And yeah, you best believe it, he ain't no Paul Heyman because he ain't going bankrupt anytime soon. He is the owner of the USFWA. Hi,
You know, Mr. Tom, thank you so much.
how are we doing?
What is going on, you guys? I'm doing really well. How you doing, sir? Thank you so much for the introduction. Mr. Tom, I have been looking forward all week to the introduction, sir. I love how much passion you put into that and how much you love doing that, and I appreciate it. So thank you.
I definitely do, and I'll tell a story. I think I said this when 2 individuals who we have Friday were on here, and I'll break the fourth wall for a minute. Now, I know I had mentioned I've had on these really big rock and roll bands, and they're massive success. But when I do those interviews, believe it or not, I don't do the intro because usually what happens in the rock business, you get 30 minutes, 45 if they like you, and the people that listen to that, it's a totally different audience for the most part. They're not looking for the over-the-top intro. So when we do this live, we do it here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. That's where we get a chance to do that. And I did have a long day today, and I have a fractured hand, which I'm still dealing with almost the same pain I had, and sometimes more pain than when I fell 2 weeks ago. But it's been a long day, but it's all put to bed because Harley Langley, there's a lot to talk about here over the next hour. Now, I understand for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, sir, you have some type of announcement that you might want to share and set the tables with that major announcement that you promised, and especially right now that we're live on Sportswire Radio.
I do. So for those of you that don't know, we had a show idea for it was a benefit show to try and raise money for playground equipment. Unfortunately, we can't do it this year, but we're working extra hard to do it next year. Not only that, but I'm actually working on 2027, building that up. We got a new logo. We had some problems with our old logo. There is another United States Wrestling Alliance in Jacksonville, Florida.
Wow.
Yeah. They're being really cool about it. They're letting us carry the name.
And they knew that you guys had the same logo. How did that all come into fruition there? What was the story there?
Well, I have this buddy of mine. His name's Ethan. He's a really, really great guy. He's doing our website. But he sorry about that.
Listen, like I said, Paul Heyman could come on Sportswire, but I told him, nah, we got Harley Langley. Like I said, I've had on 4 of his former employees, so I could tell him next time. I
appreciate that. So, my buddy Ethan, who's doing our website, his name's Ethan Deerdorf. He's a great guy. I work with him. He actually emailed them and said, hey, our logo's kind of similar in the stripes, and they kindly said maybe not use that. And so I think he came up with something that is totally different than everyone else. Everyone does the straight across logos. We got the block logos now. I think it looks so much cleaner and so much better, and I am so excited to use it.
And I think I can share it with my screen because I have noticed that we got to see a little bit of a sneak preview of what that logo looks like, because you could see it, right on my screen right there at the US of WA. I mean, there it is. Yeah, I agree. It looks a lot more cleaner. It looks more straightforward. And I think what the USWA is going to do, blasting off into 2027 and beyond. And congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I know it's a slow process, and to the locker room that's listening, I promise you, I am working my ass off here, and I will not stop till our mission is complete. We are called the United States Wrestling Alliance for a reason. We want to unite these wrestling promotions and bring more wrestling to the fans, to jam pack these places, get to arenas. But we also have our own mission too. We want to get more involved with the community. So we want to kind of dip into both worlds. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Listen, and one of the things I've done here in my 7+ years of doing this in Sportswire Radio, which is kind of a nod to my own involvement in the communities that I'm from and have grown up in Staten Island and Brooklyn, has always been about community. It's always been about community service, and we've always sponsored a lot of different shows here on Sportswire that have had involvement with that. The TF Crew, their most recent show, was one where all the proceeds that went to the Boys and Girls Club of Milford, Connecticut, and we've raised money for people who are sick and all types of food drives and all types of stuff. And I definitely am strongly supporting whatever the USWA will do with these next shows coming up. But they do have the YouTube channel. Hit the sub button for them. You can see some of the content, some of the stuff ahead, And Harley, I understand that the USFWA is going to be sponsoring something here coming up this week. Going to have a poster for it, and let's talk about it for a few minutes.
All right. Yes. Valor Pro Wrestling. Shout out to Valor Pro Wrestling for letting us do this on their card. This is actually a huge step. I know a lot of the progress is, hey, you need this. Oh, that's not the right one. There you go. St. Patrick's Day Massacre.
From your video, it actually does that. That's why.
Oh, okay. Okay. My apologies, sir. My apologies.
That's okay. That's okay. But let's talk about it. Obviously, we've got St. Patrick's Day Massacre, and it's coming up this weekend. I understand it in here in the Pennsylvania area, and let's talk about it for a few minutes.
Yes, sir. York, Pennsylvania. Bonnie B. Grimes Gym. Like I said, I know the procedure is, hey, you got people we can use, and usually you send them up, but very rarely do you say, hey, you want to sponsor a match on my card? Absolutely. So this is a step toward progress, and I am so excited.
Yeah, I think it's a huge step in the right direction for you guys, and that's going to take place at the Bonnie B. Grimes Gym at 125 East College Avenue in York, Pennsylvania. The doors open at 5 o'clock, special 5 o'clock start time for the doors. Bell time is at 6 o'clock, and the first row is only $15, including kids. General admission, $10. Kids 13 and under are free, and you can obviously go to Harley's Facebook, you can go to Harley's Instagram page, and you can find out more exciting times ahead. And it's also the 15-year anniversary of Valor Pro Wrestling. That's a big deal. Also, congratulations to Valor Pro Wrestling on 15 years. That is a long time, and that is a huge testament to the work that Valor Pro Wrestling's put into it.
Yes, sir. It really is, and it is an honor to be on their card. It really is. We have on that card, we're going to have Ampo, and yeah, Ampo is coming down, and so is Cyberpunk Kenny 9.
Oh, well, Ampo has obviously got some singles gold for the first time in over 3 years. I'm sure you heard about that Ampo had won championship gold in JICW 2 weeks ago, and I'm sure Ampo is going to be looking for even more gold, and he will be returning to Sportswire in the next few weeks, and I am sure he is going to collectively represent the USFWA this weekend.
Yeah, yes, he is. He always does. He's he's a strong silent type. I tell him what I need.
He's silent on Sportswire now, compared to the likes of Dave Jameson and Daniel Tafua. Yes, he would be silent, but I wouldn't necessarily say Ampo is, a Charlie Chaplin. But nevertheless, compared to, Dave Jameson and Daniel Tafua, he is certainly the silent type for sure.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will say that. He's helped me a lot along the way. He actually got me in touch with our president, Derek Branch. Ampo's just, he's a stand-up guy, and I'm glad to have him in the locker room. And yeah, he's a great guy, and I can't wait to see him work against Kenny 9 here in York.
Yes, I know Kenny very well. Yes, I know there's some guys you forwarded my way that I know will get on the platform eventually. Bear with me. This is not going to be the greatest of months for me because, I have this, but also my schedule is a little bit rough right now. But when we get to the month of April, I think we'll be back to normal. But that's the poster. You can certainly follow the USWA on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Harley's page, YouTube. Hit the sub button. Now, I got to ask you, because I see different people here in the chat. I see some faces that were here Friday. I mean, are you looking for new talents and maybe talents that share championship gold? I just almost have to throw that out there now that I see some people in the chat and some people that were here recently. Are you looking to sign more talent a la like Paul Heyman once upon a time?
Of course. We're always looking for new people. The collective need a new challenge, and it's very challenging to find the collective a new challenge. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's interesting you said that, because you talked about the collective, right? Looking for challenges. Now, I'm sure you heard about Friday's show, where first of all we had on the co-monsters champions and MVP, Mon Valley Pro Wrestling, who are here in this chat right now with their manager, and that is Andrew Lovelace the mecca of the mirror, and the Hammer, Max Strong, and they certainly had plenty to say about one collective member in one, well, Day Jameson, who holds some gold in your company. So if you're looking for some competition for the collective, Max Hammer and Andrew Lovelace have history with those guys, especially even Hammer himself. He's got a lot of history with the likes of Tafua and Jameson and Lovelace. And I mean, so maybe if you're looking for that competition for the collective, I mean, there's two guys right here, and Andrew Lovelace and Max Hammer, that probably, well, I can't do it, but they raise their hands.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Mr. Tom, because I was actually talking to our president, Derek Branch, about trying to reach out to other promotions to sponsor a match to have, because Andrew Lovelace was holding Day Jameson's championship, and Day was not happy.
Listen, Day Jameson wasn't happy about a lot of things the last 2 weeks. First of all, he was not happy about Andrew Lovelace and Max Hammer interrupting his segment with Tyler Grayson. And then, well, last Friday night, toward the end of the show, Day Jameson was getting ready to go somewhere, and he was, I think, even less happy than when he was 2 weeks prior to that. So, I mean, Day Jameson, we know Day Jameson. We've seen him when he's not happy. I mean, he's certainly, go look at the Facebook Lives in the past. Even yesterday, I think he was doing the dishes, and he was unhappy. He was even unhappy, not just washing the dishes, but he was just unhappy, period. So, I mean, I can understand why Day Jameson would be upset, especially with one Andrew Lovelace and second Max Hammer, Mr. Hammer.
So then, as a fan myself, you know, because I'm always a fan, you know, is Day now? My question is, because if Day's in the chat, Day, you doubting yourself? I mean, you can't doubt yourself, you know, against Mr. Lovelace.
I know Day Jameson well. I have seen Day Jameson certainly move up the ladder the last year and a half or so. I don't think Day Jameson's afraid or Day Jameson would shy away from a challenge. He's Day Jameson. But maybe if you say what I think you're saying, because one of the things I had noticed the last couple of times I saw Day Jameson on Sportzwire, and certainly when I saw Peanut Butter and Jealous, is that maybe there should be a match. Maybe there should be a match, whether it's Day Jameson and Ampo, whether it's Day Jameson and the Banana Man with that, whether it's Day Jameson and Daniel Tafu, and I'll get to him in a minute, or even Day Jameson is tag team partner at MVP, because you did put up MVP, Tyler Grayson, Rain Day. Maybe if you wanted to sponsor a match, after all, Day Jameson is one of your company's champions, it sounds to me like that would be a great idea to see Peanut Butter and Jealous versus Day Jameson and Tyler Grayson.
You know, that I've been thinking about some stuff like that, you know, and if any company wants to sponsor that match, I will be happy to pay for those talents to have that match, and you know, I'm sure we would all love to see it.
You know, and by the way, I'm noticing it, you paying. I mean, famously, Paul Heyman, we know he didn't pay his talent. We know famously that many of those talents had bounced checks. I mean, at one point, Shane Douglas was owed over 6 figures. But yet Harley, Langley, you are showing why you are big time with Harley, Langley. You're even going out there and saying, listen, I'll pay to see that match. I'll pay it of my own pocket to see whether it's Day Jameson or anybody else against Peanut Butter and Jealous. Maybe it isn't Mon Valley Pro. Maybe it's I don't know, the WVWF, for example, where I saw those guys, Peanut Butter and Jealous, just were. I mean, I think that's a brilliant idea. Mon Valley Pro or the WVWF will do it, since you are the boss. I think it'd be a wonderful idea if you can step up to the plate and make that match happen.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. I think that would be amazing. You know, in fact, if Mon Valley is in the chat right now, are they in the chat?
We have Peanut Butter and Jealous here in the chat. They've got comments. They can certainly pass the word along.
So, Peanut Butter and Jealous, here is my proposal to you. You know, first of all, man, that's a cool name. Okay, that's just as a fan, that's a cool name. As a wrestling fan, that's a cool name.
Yeah,
so, Peanut Butter and Jealous versus Ampo and Day Jameson. Wherever, Mon Valley, you guys want to talk to Mon Valley? I will pay for that match. You guys
Ampo's got issues with Mon Valley, so I don't know there. But maybe the WVWF.
Let's go. WVWF. I will pay for that match. Let's do it. You know what? And hey, y'all want a barn burner? We'll put the titles. We'll put the USWA tag team titles on the line too. Ladder match style or something. Yeah. Let's do it.
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, this is why he is big time. Harley Langley has just said that he'll order Dave Jamieson and Ampo to put up the USWA Tag Team Championships against Peanut Butter and Jealous, who have long been looking for Tag Team Championship gold in their own right. They share the MVP Monsters Championship. Whoa! You want to talk about announcements? That's
what? You know what? I'll even one up that because Dave Jamieson and Ampo are not tag team champions. How about this? The tag team champions and the Keystone State champion will have a 6-man tag match. We'll put the Keystone State and the tag titles on the line.
Whoa! That sounds to me like the Banana Man list. That would be joining.
That would be correct. Whoa! That would be correct.
So let me make this live here for everybody else. You mean to say that you want Dave Jamieson, Ampo, and the Banana Man Lestat against Peanut Butter and Jealous, and well, maybe anybody of their choice in the Black Sheep Society in a 6-man tag?
Yep, six man tag team match. Yep. The one who pins gets the title. So if Loveless or Hammer pins Banana Man or Ampo, tag team titles. Their partner, if he pins Dave Jamieson, Keystone State champion. You know
what? This is whoa. You want to talk about prime time on the brightest lights? It sounds to me like the USWA owner, big time Harley Langley, has said he's willing to put up a 6-man tag. That's the Black Sheep Society. Andrew Lovelace, Max Hammer, and a member of the Mayhem. Maybe it could be Mayhem. Maybe Mayhem will join that. That'll also be against Dave Davis, Ample to destroy the Banana Man. That is an announcement. Boy, that is one, and that could happen.
Hey, Tom, I think your mic's cutting in and out, buddy.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes.
Go ahead.
But yeah, like if WVWF wants to sponsor that, or they want to contact me for that, I would be happy to sponsor that. I would love to come down. I know I got the invite for the 21st by I'm so sorry, I'm blanking on his name.
Double L, the lovable Lester.
No, Cody.
Yes. Okay, I know you're talking about it.
Yeah, he invited me down last time, and I really wish I could have made it, but I just couldn't. Weekends are really.
Well, you're trying to sign talent. You're obviously trying to. Your United States is what you represent. So obviously, 50 states to deal with. So you're a busy man, Harley, businessman. I understand. So I'm sure that you'll definitely pass. And that anytime you show up to anywhere, you'll be more than welcome. But that sounds like a great idea. I even got some people. And I want to get to what Peanut Butter and Jealous have to say about it. I want to talk about Daniel Tafura next. Well, let me get to some people here. Our friends from the great state of Ohio, High Authority wants to say hello.
How's it going?
QB's a good man.
Yes, he is.
Before the end of the month, Phil is in the house. Thank you, Phil. A lot of Peanut Butter and Jealous comments. The Mecca of the Mirror has arrived. And it's hammer time. Yep, Mayhem is here. Please hit the sub button for the USWA so you can see the new logo. You can see Valor Pro Wrestling. They're sponsoring the foot. And the Black Society is here. Yes, Mayhem is famous. And the collective does not want any of Peanut Butter and Jealous. The collective don't want any Peanut Butter and Jealous.
Well, that would be something the collective would have to answer. That's not me. No,
he's just saying. He's not saying about you. He's just saying in general.
Oh, I know. But the thing I know about the collective is they don't shy away from challenges or
never. None of them. I mean, they all have been amazing in their own rights, and they have certainly been top in the rest of the world. But, Dave Jamieson, the Prince of Chaos, but I think Mayhem is called the Princess of Chaos. Point that out there. Some strong words here for that. Peanut Butter and Jealous is better than the collective.
Oh,
those guys don't show it. Those guys are quiet here. Very quiet here. Very quiet. Black Sheep Society versus the collective. And Harley, I will offer my services to beat up Dave Davison any day of the week at proper value to the USWA Championship. Yes.
Hey, you know what? Let's get Lester on the horn. Let's make that happen with WVWF. I would be more than happy to do that.
Listen, now you can even do Loveless today in Mon Valley Pro. You can do that there.
I could do that.
Happy Day. I'm sure that those guys would love to do that. That's something that has been talked about quite a bit. All they have to do is get a hold of me. There you go. How about this? Peanut Butter and Jealous versus J-Roo and Jay Jameson and both for the Banana Man Lestat. Your thoughts?
I would be happy with either one. We can do whatever. We can mix and match. We can, I just think these matches need to happen.
And I have received word my audio may not be too good. So if you're in the chat, let me know if my audio has an issue. I'll fix the audio. So, let me know if there's an audio issue. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say your mic's cutting in and out again, buddy.
Okay, 1 second. So if you're in the chat, let me know if my mic has an issue, and I'll adjust the settings. So, okay, hold on. Well, hold on 1 second. How about now?
I can hear you. So, Mr. Loveless, get a hold of Mon Valley Pro. Let's make this happen, sir.
Well, we'd love to see it. I mean, we'd love to see the action, and hopefully it'll happen. It'll be something ideal. And as somebody says, I'm totally off now. So can anyone hear me? This is definitely an episode for one. I am speaking. Can anyone hear me? I'm being told still feedback. Okay, I'm gonna come back in and come back out. But although I don't know why it's still there or not. Let me come back in. But while I try to do that, any goals that you have for 2020?
I'm sorry, you were cutting out again. Any goals you said? Just my goals are the same as they were in 2025. Is link up with different promotions, bring wrestling to the fans in more of an impactful way. And like get these guys more booked more. It's about getting these guys seen. At least for me, it is. Not only that, but it's I love to travel. The traveling is awesome. Ohio was one of my favorite spots. I can't. Well, we didn't wrestle in Connecticut yet, so we had to cancel that show and reschedule it. So I'm excited for August 8th. But yeah, the goal remains the same. Work together, get more involved with the community. Maybe go through the channels and try to get a pro wrestling combine going. I think that would be cool. Because it just I think a lot of people have interest in pro wrestling, and you good, buddy?
Yeah, I'm listening. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now.
Okay, great. So now I sound better?
You sound better. Yes, sir.
All right, excellent. Okay. You said something interesting. I want to go back to that. A pro wrestling combine. I haven't heard that before. So where did that come about?
So actually, and I can't, Mr. Tom, I am a man of God, so I can't take credit for these ideas. They come to me. they come to me at work, and he gives them to me, and it's about it's not only about the locker room and spreading our talent out, and hooking up with other talent. It's about the future as well, and I heard a lot of stories. Wrestling changed people's lives, and if we can change some kid's life, I mean, that would just be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna log out and log in. I have no idea why I'm echoing, but I'm gonna come back in and come back out. So you mean to say that something you have not thought about, somebody else did?
You're that something's going on with the mic again. What'd you say, sir? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can.
Is this something that somebody else had thought about?
Just God, man. He put the idea in there, and I was what. So I will say this. I was messaging Mr. Lou Jacobs from Outcast Wrestling, and we were bouncing back and forth ideas. And I gave him this idea, and he's like, "You mean like the Pro Football Combine?" I said, "Oh my gosh, dude, that would be awesome!" And like the ideas clicked, and I'm like, "What about Pro Wrestling Combine? What if like we could get, what if we could get what if we could get the promoters, instead of chasing the talent, talent go towards promoters. We have different places you can train. Um, just anything and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Yeah, I haven't. I need to log. I'm gonna come out of the stream and come back in.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you need to do, go for it, buddy. So I guess I'm live. But yeah, so like it doesn't have to be just wrestling. It can be, you can be a referee, announcer, just like I think a pro wrestling combine would be really cool to try and do. I would like to try and get with the multiple promotions across the country, and like maybe we could get this done someday. So wait, do I have to log out? Does Mr. Does Mr. Tom log back in? Do I log back out?
Okay, can you hear me now?
There he is. I didn't know how this worked, so
Well,
I'm just.
Can you hear me now? Is there any echo on my end right now? This is just one I'm not sure why there's any issue, but also let me get to some comments. Yeah, let me know if there's feedback still. Okay, I got that. You'll have to come out this way. Where is the collective in this chat? Well, why am I having poor Wi-Fi? Do me a favor. Can you Can you leave the chat and come right back in?
Yeah.
So leave and come right back. I'll remove you and come back. How about now? Do you still hear feedback? Is there any feedback? He'll come right back in. Do you hear feedback now? Is there any feedback? Is there any feedback? Hello? Boy. I would love to know if there's any feedback right now. This is not the day. Okay, so it's on his end. Okay, it's on his end. Ah, that's the issue. It's on his end. All right, figured it out. Okay, it's on his end. He's probably using a headset and it's messing with my audio. Thank you very much. Okay. So you're the culprit, actually, because you left when I was in the stream. I was told I have no echo issue. Let's hear now. Can you hear us, everybody? Let's talk.
I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah. You're using a headset. There you go. Okay, that's the issue. The issue is on your end, and it was kind of interfering with the stream. Now that we've got that fixed, let's talk about it. No. It happens. It's live. Everything's good. We're here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. So you guys have this show on the 14th of March, Valor Pro Wrestling, this weekend that we're promoting. Afterwards, what's next?
What's next? Well, actually, Pennsylvania Prime Championship Wrestling has offered us a spot on their card to sponsor a match as well on May 23rd.
Okay. Now, what about before that, though? Because I see my guys here, especially in the EWA. You're the USWA. And I see a bunch of them. They come on here, and Hubie makes a good point saying that he's got a ton of guys that would love to help you out in the USWA. And maybe instead of, I'm going to pay for a match here, pay for a match there, maybe you should talk to the EWA, and maybe you should do a joint show with them, and maybe figure something out with Hubie, because Hubie's got this place, and guess what? Hubie's got the likes of Ashton Day, Kenny Ice Collins as his champion, guys that are well known throughout the Ohio wrestling circuit. And I mean, maybe that's a place you should give a call to. I can do that for you.
I would love to do that. Actually, let me open the book right now, Mr. Tom. Let me just open the book right now. So,
you're opening the book live. Boy, ladies and gentlemen, this is just one episode for the ages. People remember this like a Howard Stern episode. Bad audio, echoing. But people listen to shows like that. They're not going to listen to me talk to Drowning Pool. They'd rather listen to this. But that's how it goes. But feedback is gone. Echo. We're good now. Good. Yeah, I appreciate that. But obviously, you're opening the book up. Yeah, Hubie's got a show coming up at the end of the month. I mean, he's got a big show coming up, and maybe you should talk to Hubie Jenkins. I mean, that way,
So, I would love to talk to Mr. Jenkins. So I see a lot of his shows are on Sundays. I would have to really plan out for that because my wife works on Sundays, and I watch our daughter.
You're a busy man. But you know what? Maybe you don't even have to show up. Maybe some of the talent comes to you. Maybe some of that talent has a USWA, EWA show. Maybe there's cross promotion there with the likes of Mr. Robert Scott, the likes of DJ Storm, the likes of maybe the legendary Johnny Velocity, Joe Payne, No Gain. I mean, there's Brandon Steele. I mean, there's a long list of talent that Hubie has that maybe you can make a deal. Let's make a deal.
All right, well, then let's make a deal right now. EWA, I know you're listening. The USWA is proposing this that Mr. Tom suggested. So, Super Show. We pay half the card. You pay half the card. We'll pay our talent. We'll send money up your way. If I can get up that way, awesome. But I will make sure my talent's paid. You just let me know when. The ball is in your court now, sir. I am open to all upcoming dates. So, yeah, let's do this.
Well, you know what? I'm sure I can certainly get a hold of Hubie and maybe connect. And thank you to Peanut Butter and Jealous for letting us know that there's no issues. And you know what? Since it's been such an interesting day here on Sportswire Radio, and with all the echoing, all the audio issues, I'm going to share my screen because I can do that, and I have the high authority to do so. So let me do that. Allow me to share my screen, and especially for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform here where all music and all wrestling matters, Sportswire Radio. And you are now, Hubie, and you you, Mr. Harley Langley, are now going to get something, and I can't wait for you to see it. And that is the beauty of technical difficulties because I can't put it up on my screen. So I want to try this one more time for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage on all Sportswire radio players. There we go. There it is. It is US of WA Day on March 10th. So it is your day, Harley, and that's to all the talent. Congratulations. We'll give you the physical copy when we're off the air. And then thank you for all you do for our sport. You're making things a little interesting. And speaking of people that will be great in the USWA, he's too real to quit, kind of like this stream. We're too real to quit. That is the one and only Mr. DB Rivera and the guy, another great guy that you could have in your company.
We actually had the privilege of working with Mr. Rivera for Summer Standoff. Him and Day had a phenomenal match.
Absolutely. Maybe you'd want to bring him back.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I see that. Well, I hear that he has an injury right now. I wish him a speedy recovery. But, Mr. Tom, I would like to talk to you about something.
You can talk to me about anything you want, whether it's the stream, my fractured hand, mutton chops, maybe some bands. We're live. I mean, so by all means, go out there and do it.
First of all, how is your hand doing? Really, how's your hand?
It's fractured. It's in a lot of pain. But compared to these wrestlers, I can't complain. So really, just a regular day in the office. So no, I'll live.
Well, Mr. Tom, me and Mr. Tafua were talking, and we have an idea for you. So we have this show on August 8th. How would you like to come out to Connecticut and do a live show of Sportswire Radio before the wrestling match?
We'll certainly talk about it. It's definitely a possibility. I would say that it's possible. There's definitely, the door is not closed on it. So we could certainly, as we get closer, maybe talk about some of the details. So definitely a possibility. So open to all options. And if the schedules work out, August 8th would be great.
Also, I have some news for August 8th. Have you ever heard of a young lady named Shauna Reed?
Yeah, I think I heard the name. Yeah, I heard about her. Yeah.
The USWA has signed her to be on the August 8th card for Forbidden Door Breakdown in Connecticut.
Whoa! You mean you? Boy, listen, Paul Heyman, it really does have nothing on you. Boy, I am sure glad that I turned down Paul Heyman from coming on here tonight because you're making deals left and right. You got the Collective and Peanut Butter and Jealous. You got the Black Sheep Society. You're talking about maybe me coming to Connecticut. You're talking about the EWA. You're talking about Shauna Reed you just signed? Yes.
Actually, a couple days ago, we talked to her about coming to Connecticut, and she loves the idea. She would love to get out there. She would love to compete out there. And so I actually said something to Cindy, and Cindy loves the idea. She was just thinking about that. I'm like, yeah. So let's do it. She's like, all right, that's awesome. So Shauna Reed is coming to Connecticut August 8th.
Wow, I tell you what, you certainly know how to make deals. You certainly definitely are a busy man. You're no longer small town, and you are definitely the big time. But, speaking of Mr. Tafua, because you mentioned him, and he was quite the topic last Thursday when Godric Salem, probably another man that's on your radar, was on here, and they had yet another memorable exchange here on Sportswire Radio. And you were here the first time. You even had your own exchange with your talent, the USWA Universal Champion, Daniel Tafua, who is a lot of people's Samoan nightmares these days. And, I mean, what is your thoughts on Mr. Tafua right now? And even that, memorable exchange. And now Phoebe Harper wants Godric Sandwell, and now Daniel Tafua, she wants in a match, and she wants Godric Sandwell back. And the way she wants Godric Sandwell, her tag team partner, back is a shot at Daniel Tafua. I mean, what is your thoughts on that back and forth?
All right, let's go WCW style. Godric Sandwell on a pole match. I'm kidding. That'd be interesting, though.
I'm sure somebody in wrestling would maybe say there's a will, there's a way.
Well, if you can have a Judy Bagwell on a pole match.
Then maybe they'll have a Godric Sandwell on a pole match. So who knows? You're the guy that can do it. You're the booker. You're the owner. So if anybody can do it, you probably will give somebody an idea out there. So just say.
I probably will. But yeah, like hey, you know what? I could see that happening with Phoebe and Mr. Tafua going at it for Godric. You know, that's definitely it's definitely interesting. You know, although he scares me when he has that mask on. Like he's like I'm like, it's like he's like, hey, you want to deal with me? No, 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 no. Take that mask off a second. Let me deal with you then. You know.
Well, I listened. That's he's been on here many times. I mean, that's been a topic for a lot of people, and you know, Phoebe Harper gave Daniel Tafua the mask back, and there is certainly the whole back and forth with Godric Sandwell. Godric Sandwell actually defeated Daniel Tafua, but Godric Sandwell had a chance at Daniel Tafua's other championship in the WWF, the hybrid title, but he turned it down, and yet he winds up beating Daniel Tafua, but doesn't win the championship. And now Phoebe Harper, who returned to the WWF and helped Godric Sandwell win that match, now wants Godric Sandwell back because Daniel Tafua has obviously gotten into the mind of Godric Sandwell, and now Phoebe Harper wants Daniel Tafua in the ring. And like I said, for the hybrid, it's a mess. It's a mess. And the whole situation is just, it's been going back and forth. And it all really started here on Sportswire between Sandwell and Tafua.
You know how I would clear that mess up, Tom? I would say that's it. Triple threat match for the hybrid and the Universal Champion. Boom. We'll just like that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't know what's going on through the mind. Godric Sandwell seems like his mind has been taken over by Daniel Tafua. Daniel Tafua didn't even speak on Sportswire last. It was the mask that was speaking. And then Phoebe Harper cut a promo saying she wants Daniel Tafua in a WWF ring on March 21st for the hybrid championship, but she's been fighting for that championship for months. Just what a back and forth. And that's the reason I ask you, because it's a mess. But here's what we do know tonight, now that we fixed a couple of different things. March 14th, USWA is sponsoring Valor Pro Wrestling.
Valor Pro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get that right. You get that right.
Pro Wrestling, March 14th. May 23rd, you guys are also going to be involved. You're sponsoring a match there, right, in Pennsylvania Primer Wrestling?
Pennsylvania Prime Championship Wrestling, PPCW.
Pennsylvania Prime Championship Wrestling. And August 8th, you guys look to be returning, and you've signed the one and only Shauna Reed, who's going to be there, and a slew of USWA talent. So, and also 2027, you guys are working on a big community project. So there's a lot going on here in the USWA, and maybe we'll see the Collective versus the Black Sheep Society. Maybe we'll even see I can't lift my other hand, but we'll see the USWA and the EWA. Maybe they'll do a show together. Maybe there'll be something that'll happen. These are the reasons why that you need to support the USWA. You have to follow them on Instagram. You have to follow them on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. This is the USWA YouTube page. You need to hit that sub button for me. You must, because, well, considering this episode of Sportswire Radio with the technical difficulties, all the other issues out there, please support the USWA. And it's free. It's free to hit that notification. And we'll be back here Thursday night also with Crazy Dave. Crazy Dave will be here Thursday night. So Crazy Dave, who's making his debut. You've seen him in places like WTW. Danny Hawk doesn't scare the hammer. Peanut Butter and Jealous already took care of the day of reckoning. So, I mean, listen, who knows? Just who knows? Who knows what the future is in the Collective and Peanut Butter and Jealous and Dave Jameson and then Peanut Butter Jealous have had quite a back and forth a couple of times on Sportswire. Throw Tyler Grayson in the mix, but do me a favor. Go follow the USWA. Like I said, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. That's the USWA page. So, I know we've covered a number of different things here, Harley, but is there anything else that you want to talk about here or promote tonight?
So I do have a little bit more news. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I
No,
appreciate it.
you can be on here all night. Listen, you're Harley Langley. Like I said, I told Paul Heyman, forget about coming on tonight. I got Harley Langley, and you've signed more talent than he probably ever has. So, listen, that's why I'm happy I have you on.
Well, I don't know about that. That man's a Hall of Famer, but for a reason. So I did talk to the YMCA today, and they're gonna talk to the vice president, and they're gonna give me a call tomorrow, and hopefully we can get something going on at the Dover Y for next year. And I'm hoping we can link up with the YMCA and do some community work as well. That would be awesome.
Absolutely. Listen, the YMCA is done a lot for a lot of people, and you think about just athletics, you think about giving people a place to go, you think about just supporting the community. The YMCA is a place that does that. It is really one of those important places, like the Boys and Girls Club in many ways. There's a lot of similarities and differences there, but also. Did I rub some dirt on that hand yet? No, I can't rub some dirt on it. I'm in a hand cast, but thank you for. I do go to my orthopedic doctor on Friday, so maybe I'll get some good news. But I don't think I'm going to get good news. I think I'm going to be in a cast for 4 more weeks. I have a feeling that nothing's changed. And you guys have booked Flux. He'll be seeing him Sunday, and what a small world! You guys in Flux. You booked him last month. We're gonna book him last month, and he's got him Sunday.
Yes, we love Flux. He's a great talent to have. But yeah, we booked him for the February show, and that had to be rescheduled because of snow. But yeah, Flux. Actually, we're going to bring Flux back to Connecticut on the 8th of August. So Flux will be back.
I'll be great. And you know what? What a small world. Again, there's a lot of tie-ins you guys have together. EWA and, I one of your champions, I think, is going to be at his show. I mean, which we kind of talked about here on Sportswire. So,
well, actually, Mr. Tom, I'm going to correct you for a second. I do apologize. I don't like to do that. But 3 champions will be on his show.
Well, I think one of them has been announced. I don't know if the other 2 have been announced.
But,
that's why I said one of the champions, but certainly I have no doubt hear about the other 2 very soon, but one of them has been announced on here. We don't know what that person's doing, but Flux and you have a lot of common things with the EWA. And so as we get ready to close out the show, unless we have some more of these people, let's talk about it. So maybe Collective and Peanut Butter and Jealous with J. Rue. Maybe you help get that match happen. Also, you could possibly see coming up August 8th. Maybe I'll be there. Depends on the schedule. Also, you have a show August 8th with Shauna Reed has now been signed. May 23rd, Pennsylvania Prime Championship Wrestling. That's one you'll be supporting. Also, maybe an initiative with the YMCA. And also, we know that next year you guys are working on a big show. So, and maybe EWA stuff. So a lot of stuff that you guys are doing here in the USW. I mean, after all 50 states, you guys are certainly working very hard. And I can see that. And Flux is a great investment to a locker room. And that's why you were going to have him. And that's why Hubie's got him. And well-stated reasons why. Thank you, Zilla. And it's been a memorable episode. And anything else that you want to promote before we get to closing thoughts?
Yes, real quick, I want to give a shout out. Well, actually, you know what? I've been practicing this. So, October 23rd, 2027, I will see you at the Nook, baby. That's right. Spooky Nook and the USWA are teaming up to bring you Chaotic Clash. We're not just, yes.
Whoa!
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Whoa! So, you mean, repeat that again, because maybe my ears need to be changed, especially after this long evening. What are we doing on October 23rd, 2027?
October 23rd, 2027, the USWA is teaming up with different promotions and Spooky Nook. It's a sports complex down here in York, Mannheim. And they are having the USWA and the other promotions, and we're going to present Chaotic Clash, and it's going to be chaotic.
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, that's what they say is the silly season. Trick or treat, Halloween, things get a little more frightful. And well, guess what? It's going to be even more frightful because the USFWA is going to be sponsoring and going to be a huge part of that here coming up October the 23rd, 2027 in York, PA. This is reasons why you've got to support the USWA on Facebook, TikTok, hanging with Harley on Instagram. Hit that sub button for me on YouTube and please support the USWA. There is so many ways that you can do that. And you've gotten 3 new subs tonight. So despite many of the issues here, audio-wise, you still got some new followers out there.
Thank
Please
you.
support listen, that's what we do here. It is USWA Day on all Sportswire radio platforms. You've got to support the USWA. And this is the reasons why all wrestling matters. All wrestling most certainly matters. And if you are out there on Sportswire Radio, do me a favor. Also give a sub to my channel. You can do that here. My channel, my old channel. Also, please support that as well. And it will give you that copy, Harley. And you definitely have deserved it. And it is on all Sportswire radio platforms. It is USWA Day. And Flux is absolutely an asset. And listen, Harley knows about those assets. He has certainly been showing them off throughout this evening. And he has certainly made quite a name for himself. He has gone from small town to big time. And that's why we are very excited about the USWA's future. And more names coming to a show near you. More shows to sponsor coming to a Facebook post near you. And more USWA coverage coming to Sportswire Radio in the near and distant future. Harley, I'm going to pass the baton to you. I'm going to give you some closing thoughts and congratulations on the new logo. I mean, the new logo. This is one of the best logos I've seen in wrestling history. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is obviously a reason why the USWA is here to stay. And you guys are a huge part of what Sportswire Radio has to offer. And Harley, I'm passing the baton to you for some closing thoughts. Take it away, my friend.
The baton to me, man, I had the baton the whole time. And, Mr. Tom, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your show. I appreciate your introductions. You're
probably the
great.
reason why my echoing was a problem for half the show, but hey,
You know what? It happens. I wouldn't have it any other way. It just made the show that much more interesting.
Listen, I say that all the time when I have shows like this. These are the ones that people will listen to. They'll go back and go, "Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, the audio wasn't so good and the echoing wasn't so good, but I listened to that." Were the ones that they would think they would listen to don't. So, but that's okay. Listen, a rising tide will always lift all boats, and that is why you've got to support the USFWA on YouTube, also TikTok, Facebook, where Harley has he has his own live, by the way. Harley's live every day. I mean, he's live. He'll probably be live after this and talk about this experience. But you probably will be. I wish I could do Facebook lives like that. But right now my hand hurts. But that's okay. But hit the sub button for me. Also, please support the USWA. You will see many more of their talents here on Sportswire Radio. You will certainly see more coverage ahead. And that takes place starting this Saturday. Valor Pro Wrestling, Pennsylvania Prime Championship Wrestling, May 23rd. USWA is back with Outcast Wrestling Revolution, August 8th. We also know the announcement on October 23rd of next year. Also some stuff maybe working on with the EWA, maybe also working on some things here with us. And also maybe you'll see some more match announcements. So a lot of different stuff here with the USWA. You're always hanging with Harley. We love Harley's doing such a great job on sports. Maybe he'll take over for me. So that's no, take over. You do lives all the time. You probably love it. Maybe you can talk to Drowning Pool instead for me. They'll probably rather talk to you anyway because you're probably better looking. But nevertheless, that's the USWA YouTube page and definitely a memorable episode, my friend. We'll do this again maybe next month. Maybe we'll see what some other developments you have in store, and congratulations on the logo. Congratulations on working with great companies like Valor Pro Wrestling, Pennsylvania Prime Championship Wrestling, maybe some newer talents out there. Shauna Reed, forgot about that. Congratulations on signing Shauna Reed, and just the best is yet to come for you guys, and that is why it is your day, and that is why you are in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And thank you for everything you're doing for this great sport. You were definitely making things a lot more interesting, not just this stream tonight with some of the audio, but nevertheless, I am very happy you are here. I am very happy that you are putting your blood, sweat, and tears out there, not just for the fans, but for all the great talent out there who are now getting opportunities. And like I said, Paul Heyman has nothing on you, and he didn't not pay his like you did not you pay your talent. He did not. And my friend, thank you so much. Congratulations on all the
Thank you.
success, and we'll do it again next month.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Tom, I'm gonna need a Sportswire Radio T-shirt. I mean, like, I need one in my closet. All right.
Get you one. We'll get you one. I owe a peanut butter and jealous one. We'll do it this weekend coming up. We'll mail you something this weekend. It's been forgive me, I'm a little bit below.
That's all right.
Weekend, give me a couple days, and I'll mail you. I'll get your addresses, and we'll send you one. But that is Harley Langley. He is now definitely big time. He's no longer small town. And like I said, Paul Heyman has nothing on him because he pays his talent, and he hasn't bounced the check yet, and he won't be bouncing any checks anytime soon. You mark my words, because the USWA has got a lot of stuff ahead that's going to be forward for you on March 14th, this Saturday. Valor Pro Wrestling, we're sponsoring a match. We've got May 23rd, Pennsylvania Prime Championship Wrestling. We're doing the same thing. We're working with Outcast Wrestling Revolution August 8th. We've signed Shauna Reed. We might even have the Collective and Peanut Butter and Jealous with the Black Sheep Society. And maybe we're going to be working on something with the EWA coming up here. And, oh, by the way, we had a new logo we unveiled at the top of the show. And that's why Harley is big time. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. You have voiced figuratively and literally with all music and all wrestling matters. If you are here on Sportswire Radio, I will be back next with Crazy Dave. But on Friday, you'll get a chance to hear me with the band Drowning Pool. You'll get a chance to hear me with CJ Pierce. And if you have any questions for Drowning Pool, let me know, and I will open that up to you. So if you have a question or two in the chat, or yourself, Harley, if you're a Drowning Pool fan, I'll post it on Facebook to let people know that they have an opportunity to ask, and I'll do the best I can. But until then, thank you so much, everybody, and please support the USWA. Follow them on all their channels, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, on the number one global radio station that is Sportswire Radio, where all music and all wrestling matters. Have a great night, everybody.